Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first day of math class. The kind of agenda for the next couple minutes is just to go over a little bit of an introduction and to go through Canvas and what our Canvas courses look like, how it's set up, where you're supposed to find your daily assignments and things like that. But first, I'm going to do a little bit of an introduction. So first, my name is Mr. Lehman, and the picture there, you can see that's a picture of me and my wife on our honeymoon in Hilton Head, South Carolina. We got married in early May, and as you can see from the picture, you can see me on the screen. I'm not that much older than you guys, right? To be flat out, I'm 22 years old, so that puts me, 5, 6, 7 years older than you guys. Some of you who are watching this video or who are in my class, I'm friends with your older siblings. I'm your coach. I've been to your house, things like that. So I know that calling me Mr. Lehman might be a little bit weird or uncomfortable at first. But when we're in school, when we're in class, we need to use the appropriate school language and address me in the correct way. When we're out of class, and like I said, I've been to some of your guys' houses. When we're out of class, then things are a little bit different. But when we are in class, when you're communicating with me through email, through Canvas, I'm expecting that you would call me Mr. Lehman just like any other teacher. All right, now on the second slide, here's a picture of my wife right here again, Brittany, and we like to go fishing during the summer. So here she caught it was a sheep's head, and then I caught a much smaller sucker fish. So nothing that you can really eat, but we like to fish, and that's something that we do during the summer. One thing that I do want to point out, even all the way back from the beginning, is you guys, your first assignment is to make a slideshow just like this. So you guys will be creating a slideshow that looks very similar. It'll have your name on the front. What do you want to be called? If it's different than what your first name might say on paper, then you would put that there on the side. Then you will be able to put a picture of yourself. I want you to insert a picture. Same thing here. I want you to insert a picture or multiple pictures of yourself if you would like, and maybe tell me a little bit about those pictures. So I'm kind of showing you your first assignment. I guess I should have mentioned that at the beginning. Here's another picture. I think for this slide for you guys, it says, who do you hang out with? Or put a picture of you and your friends. This is me and my family. This was at my wedding in the spring. So my brother Levi is on the far left, then Ben, myself, my wife, my sister Olivia is next, and then my brother Joshua. My brother Levi is a sophomore at LHS right now, so some of you might recognize me because you know him. We look a lot alike. All right, the next slide, you'll fill out places you have been and places you want to go. So you'll drag those pins to the places that you've been, and then drag the blue pins to places that you want to go. So I've been to South Carolina, Florida, Texas, and Denver, Colorado. So those are my yellow pins there. I haven't been out of the country yet. I want to go, those blue pins, I kind of guessed, ballparked, where those would be on a map, but what I wanted to get at was Israel, the Netherlands, somewhere in Africa, maybe Ethiopia, and then Australia would be another place that I'd like to go. Now on this slide for you guys, you will just drag A, B, C, D for what you see yourself getting in this class, and then tell me just a little bit of why. Why do you think you're going to earn that grade? Kind of what is your experience with math? And just give me a quick couple sentences there. Now, a couple of expectations, and these will come out a little bit more when we're in person. Obviously, when we're online, it's a whole different class environment, a whole different class setting, but a couple of these things are universal, whether we're in person or not. So the first one is language. In my classroom and emails and Google Meets, anything like that, I don't want to hear any type of language. By that, I mean swearing. By that, I mean being disrespectful to other people, calling yourself stupid, all kinds of things like that. I mean, it should be a positive environment where we're working hard, and that's not an issue. The second thing is the bathroom pass. We'll talk about that more when we get back to in person. And then the third thing, what if I miss class? Every day, whether we are in person or online or whatever is going on, I will post an agenda and give you the resources that you need to do class. So if you are going to miss class, you know you're going to miss class in the future, let me know, shoot me an email. And then when you do miss class, you can check that agenda online. Homework. So our daily assignments, especially when we are virtual, if we have whatever work is due today, say we have a little bit of a lesson and a worksheet, then usually that will be due the following morning at 8 a.m. So like today's work, the expectation is that you get it done today, especially when we are online. Sometimes there will be exceptions to that. Like on Fridays, typically I won't have it due until Saturday at midnight. So then I can grade stuff on Sunday. Maybe with longer assignments or study guides and things like that, you'll have a couple of days to do them, but just expect, especially when we're virtual, that your work that I list today is due the following day, and I'll make that clear in the assignment description. With late work, if we have something that we start today is due tomorrow, every day that it's late, I'll take off 10% right off the top. So if you're 1 day late, the best you can get is a 90%. 2 days late, best you can get is an 80%. After being 4 days late, the best you can earn is a 60%. So I will accept any late work up to the time of the chapter test, but the best you could earn is a 60%, so passing. And that's if you get all the questions correct, show effort, things like that. So just another overview of virtual days or weeks or months. The agenda will be posted daily. Like I said, it'll be due the following day at 8 a.m. Quizzes and tests will be required to be taken on the day assigned during the time period assigned. So there might be a little bit more flexibility with that with quizzes, but expect that with tests, you'll be taking them during your regular class time. We will be live for class as much as possible. So I know that you're not live for a lot of your classes very often. For sure, on test review days, we're going to be live. Maybe some quiz review days here and there, just depending where we are at. Don't expect when we are online, don't expect this to be a class where you never ever see me, never hear from me. I just post the stuff online and you go at it. I like to communicate with you guys and still have some semblance of class. The last thing, I will do my best to answer any emails before 5 p.m. So if you email me at 6 or 7 p.m. with a question, then chances are I will not get back to you until sometime between 8 and 9 the next morning. There might be a case once in a while where I'm up late or something's going on, so I'm on my computer working on things, then I'll obviously get back to you. But if you need something or have questions, get those to me before 5 p.m. and I will most likely get back to you. After 5 p.m., there's not a huge chance that I will get back to you right when you need me to or would like me to. Canvas. So everything that we do will run through Canvas, and that leads us into showing our Canvas page. So this video, I am posting the same video for my algebra class and my geometry class. So both classes are set up the same. So if you're in algebra, then the only thing that's going to show up for you is algebra. If you're in geometry, the only thing that'll show up for you is geometry. So whichever class you're in, again, this is the same video for both classes. So whichever class you are in, you will want to press on your class. We'll just switch to the student view here. Press on your class, and this is what our homepage will look like. Welcome to math class, a little bit of an introduction, another picture. We have our modules, our link to our Google Meet, and then some extra resources down here. Daily, you will go to the modules. I run everything through modules, and you can see week 1, here are the dates. Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't have Thursday and Friday published yet. What you will do each day is you will find the date. I'll always have the current week at the top. You'll find the date, press on it. You'll see our agenda. Again, this is the same for both classes, both algebra and geometry. So whichever one you're in, don't be like, oh, he's in geometry, the geometry Canvas page, but I'm in algebra. It's set up the same. At the top, you'll see an agenda. You'll see our learning targets and our goals for the day. Typically, there will be a video here, and I'll show you that in another page. Some practice, any homework that might be going through the week, and then some additional resources. So let me show you a page that's a little more normal, a little better set up. So here, our agenda. Check out the goals, watch the video, do the practice, and it's due tomorrow or the next day. It'd be Wednesday or Thursday by 8 a.m. Make corrections, learning targets, all that good stuff. This picture for the lesson video, I asked my brother Levi to make me a math logo, and this is what he came up with. It's supposed to be a combination of Ed Sheeran's album covers. I mostly listen to country, but I like Ed Sheeran too. So he thought this had to do with math because you have to multiply, divide 6 for his collaboration album. And then this, I think, is supposed to be plus because it has the orange tint over it. So if you think you can make a better math logo for me of anything you want, anything creative that's school appropriate, then I will put your math logo here and give you creds on the bottom. So if anyone is artsy and has some free time, then please do that for me so I can mix in another logo. But that's all I have for now. But anyway, you'll press the logo to watch your lesson video, our assignments. You'll press the picture to get to an assignment. You'll press this picture to look at the answers. Now, when we have these practice assignments, you can see this one is just a PDF. I'll tell you what the assignment is, the whole page, or if there's certain numbers I want you to skip. Then what I expect for you to do is if you want to open this in Notability or copy it down on paper, print it off, whatever, however you're going to do this assignment, do the whole assignment in pencil, answer the questions. Then when you're done, you do the best you can, go back, look at the answers, look at the key, and with a different color pen if you're using Notability or with an actual pen if you're on paper, whatever, something different so I know the difference, I want you to correct that assignment. That is the expectation when you turn these things in. So I want you to first try it, then I want you to go back and correct it. So then when you turn it in, you're going to take a screenshot of it or you're going to take a picture of it. However you want to turn it in, you're going to upload this assignment, and there should be very clear, here's what I did the first time, and here are the corrections I made. I'm not expecting corrections to take forever, but I should see that with your first attempt before you do corrections, that you are understanding some things, that you are giving it an actual try, and then on your corrections is just kind of maybe filling in the gaps or filling in some understanding. So again, when you turn in any of these practices or any of these practice extensions, first you want to try it. I don't care if you want to do it on paper, print it off, on Notability, whatever. First you try it, then you look at the key and you do some corrections, and then you turn it in to me. Okay? That's how we'll handle those practices. So your practice will be there, the answers will be there, your ongoing homework will be here, like our Google Slides, which is not due till Friday at midnight. And then for geometry, we have a quick pretest, and that will be also due Friday at midnight. At the bottom, we will have examples. So each one of these problems is an example, different example of lesson 1.1, points, lines, and planes. And then for both classes, there will be another video that teaches the whole lesson, somebody else teaching the lesson of measuring and constructing segments. And that's a video, again, of someone else teaching the lesson. So then you get done with your stuff for the day. You check off everything on that page. You should be all good to go. Oh, I just lost my lights in the classroom. Let me get those back on. There we go. Then you should be all good to go. And I will post things and make things available. I'll try to at least maybe a couple days, a day in advance. So if you want to work ahead a little bit, you can, but don't expect the whole week to be up there and you can just do the whole week in one day. I kind of want you to stay on pace with where we are as a class. Let's see. Right. I did want to point out a few things on our syllabus. I won't go through every single thing because I know that students hear the word syllabus and that's just means you might as well just say boring. So I won't go through everything on the syllabus. So classroom expectations when we're in person or not, pretty much be a respectful human being. I don't have a list of rules of don't say this, don't say that. Be a respectful human being. I'll respect you. You respect me. You guys respect each other, and we're going to have a really fun and good year. Bring your iPad charged. The consequences first, I'll give you a verbal warning, then a meeting after class, and I'll let your parents know that we met. Third thing would be a detention, and then a parent actual meeting. And fourth thing, then we would have to get administration involved and go through all that. I don't expect to have anything. I mean, hopefully, you don't even have to get to step one with anyone in class, but that is there. The LHS grading scale, just normal to what all your other classes are. So that's pretty straightforward. I divide things up. Homework is 15%, quizzes are 25, tests are 60. And I just kind of give this little note down here that once in a while I might hit the wrong button or put the wrong grade in. So if you see that you think, hey, this grade is incorrect, let me know. We'll talk about it. If it is incorrect, I'd be happy to change it. If it is correct and you're like, hey, why did I get that? Then I want to talk about it and we'll get on the same page. Retake policy. So I do not do retakes on quizzes like it says here in the red. Test retakes, I don't do a full retake, but we will do test corrections where you can earn up to half credit on each problem. We'll talk about what test corrections look like and what that all includes, but I don't do, again, retakes on quizzes. Homework, I'll let you turn it in again if you don't complete it or things like that. Most of our homework is going to be either you complete it or you don't. Homework is something that we learn through, so I'm not going to mark right and wrong too much. Plus, you have the answer key, so that wouldn't help too much. And then late work, I went through that on our slideshow, so I won't go through that anymore. Oh, there was one more thing. Sometimes our assignments will go through big ideas math. And let's see. I leave student view, assignments. So most of you, I think, are familiar with big ideas math. But if you are not, when we have a big ideas assignment, and again, this is for algebra and geometry, it will look something like this inside the assignment where you will just hit the big ideas link. You'll log in through Clever, and you'll have to hit the assignments tab. And then what Big Ideas Math is, again, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, all Big Ideas Math is an online platform where you can do some practice problems. I am not going to give you 20 or 30 problems to do on Big Ideas Math. It'll just be a few practice problems to see where we're at, or if I don't think the textbook has the problems that I like, then we'll use Big Ideas Math. Don't expect to be on it every single day, but expect to see it sprinkled in once in a while. So when we have Big Ideas assignments, you'll hit the assignment like usual. It'll be in our agenda and all that good stuff, but you'll just hit the link and you have to log in through Clever. And we'll talk about that a little bit more when we have our first Big Ideas Math assignment, but just be prepared and don't be surprised when you see that. Stop presenting. So that is everything that I wanted to go over for today. I know that other questions will come up and that I talked pretty fast through all of that. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me with communicating with each other. If you have a quick question, absolutely email. If you have questions on practice assignments or on quiz reviews or anything like that, I would much rather set up a time to meet through Google Meet so that we can both log on. We can, oh, I just spit a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. but where we could both log on. We can talk about your question. I can answer all your questions really quick right there, and then we can log off. If you meet with me for Google Meet, it doesn't have to be this awkward 1 hour meet. We can get on for 5 minutes, talk about something, and then we can log off. So if you have questions, I'm available, and we will get those answered. Overall, I'm really excited for this trimester. Obviously, this is my first trimester of teaching, so there are things that might go wrong. There are some weird kind of glitchy things that might come up. So if you see something like, I don't see where I'm supposed to submit this assignment, or I'm not sure what he means by this, or this isn't too clear, ask me, let me know. All of my links, all of my assignments are the first time that I've pushed them out, so there might be something that is a little off. I'm not a genius with Canvas yet by any means, but I'll do the best I can, and I know that you guys will too. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening, and we will see you guys soon.